What's up, gays, straights, and other days? Smiley, I'm back with another episode of Lady in Mystery, and I think that we're back in someone's house. It's not our house, because our furniture doesn't look that nice, but honestly, I don't know where we are. It's been a hot minute. Not for you, for me. I have completely forgotten what we were doing, as per usual. I think there was something wrong with the case that we just solved or something like that. I don't remember, but we're gonna get right back into it, and hopefully this will give me some context, because I have forgotten already. Outside was a lot louder than usual. Maybe today was the day the boat came in. Every time a boat came into the port, here in Unjong Street is filled with new batches of scoundrels. Merchants, innocent pushovers, and some notorious swindlers. So what is it that you were gonna show me? Inside Upo Sheong, Superintendent Zhang's office was a little dark even during the day. Wang Sum frowned, searching through the pile of documents. Oh, we're hanging with the detective? Do you have your drama with you, though? I still don't know who I'm gonna end up with. I'm sorry, I don't know. He made a sad face and gave a sigh, saying he found it and put it somewhere, but now it's got mixed up in this pile again. These are all wanted posters. All kinds of wanted posters and wanted lists are coming to this police department every year. Some are even over 10 years. 5-year-old posters are almost like new ones compared to those. Wang Sum spat on his hand and grabbed a pile of wanted posters. Let's see. The new one, a butcher who killed his whole family and ran away? I mean, you kind of sign up for that one with a name like the Butcher, but okay. We can't catch a guy like him. He must have been wandering around everywhere. Seyon. You should wait. No, I looked up how to pronounce her name. I looked up how to pronounce all their names the best I could, and I know the internet is not reliable. But Seyon, right? Seyon? I think so, because I think I added like 12 syllables to her name. And we have a peddler term. Let's do that instead of focusing on my bad Korean. Peddler. I can't read that. My game is set to English. You know what? You know what? I know what a peddler is, but... You know what? I can't read Korean, okay? I can't read Korean. Okay, here we go. Oh, I'm covering the definition. Person who sells illegal drugs or stolen goods. I'm gonna assume that's what they mean because they gave me a definition in Korean. Seyon, you should thoroughly check if those peddlers have any debtor's note. They must be acting like merchants now. Okay. Oh, do we only get one word out of her now? No, come back. Oh. The next one is, well, the usual things. Wang Sum started flipping the papers, clicking his tongue. Those rebels who tried to make their own country in Musa... in M before, 2 of them haven't been caught yet. Widow Choi who killed her mother-in-law and ran away 7 years ago. Oh, she still hasn't been caught yet. That's reassuring. Well, if it's been 7 years since that woman ran away alone with no money, she must have died already. Wow, no money. And a little daughter who ran away alone from a house when all the families were executed for treason 5 years ago. Okay. The family of an accountant in Oh! That's my family, right? I'm not crazy? That's my family. That's my city. Holy shit. I'm the little daughter. Oh my god. Oh, she hasn't been caught yet either. You never will. Oh my god, that's my family. And this is my point of view. Okay, cool, because I wasn't sure where we were. My heart sank for a moment. The family of the mathematician in Buseopui who all got executed for treason. She must be grown up by now. She's either dead already or met a guy since she hasn't been caught. She must have hidden her past and become concubine for some rich... Fuck you. Just tell them to search among concubines of those rich plebeians around that area. Fuck you! Hey! Wang Sum gave an order with an indifferent voice. He doesn't even know that she's right there in front of him. When I bit my lips and lowered my head, I could see Seon's pale hand taking that wanted poster. My face from when I was a little girl was swaying on the paper she's holding. Don't look too closely at the paper, please. No, I don't want our relationship to fall apart. But we should at least look for her. Sure. I didn't say we shouldn't. Wang Sum was searching through a pile for a while, and then pulled out the new wanted poster with a happy exclamation. Here it is, sir. Sir, you talking to me or her? Okay. I got some lead about this one. I got the report that he showed up near the 6 stores in Hanyang, so I'm gonna go look for them. Sir? Sir? Huh? Are you alright? You should have told me if you're feeling sick. Your face is very pale. Yeah, I wonder why. No. Give me that wanted poster. I'll see what I can do. Oh god, no. Oh my god, things are getting so dramatic and so much more interesting. Ooh, pretty blue skies. Episode 7, whether it's rainy or sunny. Oh, okay, cool, we're starting a new episode. Excellent. Such a pretty little blue sky. I'm not going to Zhanghuso for about 10 days. If any stranger came looking for us, you should tell them that we moved out whether we're here or not, Makwa, okay? Yes, sir! Makwa nodded as usual. It happens a couple times a year, so she got used to it now. Wait, what are you talking about? Woo-sung put the blanket on the door even before I tell him now, and I blocked all the spots that light can escape. Then I stacked up all the dried food and some clothes at the corner, so I don't have to go out for a while. Wait, am I locking myself away? Why? Juhi was the only one who doesn't know what's going on. What is going on? You should at least tell me what's going on now. I told you that Zhanghuso's on a break for a while, that we don't open whenever a big boat or even when letters come to Hongyang. Is it because somebody might recognize me? Is that it? Because that's the only thing that makes sense. When I caught her eyes, I could see that Juhi is not believing anything I just said. No surprise there. But I can't tell her that every time a big boat or some posts come, my wanted poster comes to Pocheong. Wait, my wanted poster as in a little girl wanted poster, or am I wanted for something else and I did a heckin' crime? I don't know. We're just taking a break. I fudged and pulled out some wanted posters I got from Pocheong earlier. I couldn't even look at the wanted poster that I told I would look into Park Wang-sam earlier. A pile of wanted posters were stuck together from my sweat and moist from my clothes. I just got them because it would seem weird if I just grabbed my wanted poster. When I spread them with my hands and flipped through them, there was my wanted poster from when I was little. Why does this piece of paper come to the police every year? Oh, so my name is actually Seoul Young and my surname is Lee. Okay, I was about to say it's a little weird if my name is just Young, because that's usually a surname. Okay. Lee Seoul Young. I was looking at my name and started tearing those wanted posters. They wouldn't really investigate them, but they would at least try to look like they were doing something. So you never know what could happen if you're unlucky. So every year, I can't go out at all during the day at this time of year. Yuki looked at those wanted posters and asked again. Okay, let's say we're just taking a break now. Why are you tearing those wanted posters you got from Pocheong? Because I feel too lazy to help them. Will you drop it? Then you can just do nothing. You don't have to tear them. Juhi. Come on, please. Juhi played with those pictures for a while, and when I wasn't looking, she picked up some pieces of the picture of a face. When I got distracted from her and came back, she was tilting her head, looking at the picture of my face that she put back together. I got so surprised that my arms and legs got stiff. This poor little girl. Why are they chasing her? God, why are you putting them together? When I took the pieces of paper from Juhi and put them in my pocket, Juhi frowned. You have so many secrets. Seriously. Like that time with Leader Kong the other day. There was no time with Leader Kong. You and Woo-sung pussy blocked me. Ah! We're hiding a lot of things. And you aren't? And you aren't, lady? Lady who ran away from her marriage? Okay, fine. Forget it. If you want to look at the wanted poster, take a look at this. They want me to look into it. I gave her a wanted poster of some rugged guy and turned over lying down. Then I could hear Juhi throwing the paper away. Okay, bitch, jeez. Sir, some stranger keeps looking for you 3 days in a row. He asked me saying your name like if Kim Hisu lives here. Is he not here? Using the non for— If that's fucking Iljim, when I'm trying to be in hiding right now and take a fucking break, I'll run him through myself. What? Who's looking for me? And why now? When I opened the door in 3 whole days, the sun was too bright. I frowned my eyes and looked at Makwa. She was crossing her arms and shaking her head with a face full of worries. Hey, you got some letters. Makwa gave me those letters and quickly closed the door, looking around. The fuck? I pulled the blanket a little so that the light comes in and read the names on the envelope. One is from Songbam Leader, and the other is from Damo Seon. And there was a letter with no name on it. Gee, I wonder who it is. Iljim. Okay. Ooh! We actually have choices. And I don't know if this is going to activate any of the routes, so I'm going to save right here and plop this. Okay, again, I don't know if this is gonna, like, activate someone's romance route. Oh my god. Wait. That wouldn't make sense because Juhi doesn't even have a chance here. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I think if there's like a demand for it, I'll do videos on the other routes as well. But I think it's only fair that I open Damos first because she's the one that ran away with my heart from the moment I first saw her. So... Hey, Seon. Oh, I can't read Korean. Oh, okay, good. There's a translation. I was about to say. This is Damos Seon. Superintendent Zhang is asking about the records regarding Ilshim. He wants me to ask you if you still have any records about him from when you investigated him before, and if you can share it with him. Can I visit you with the inspector at Zhang Huso to make a copy of your records? Also, that guy in the wanted poster we showed you before might be related to Ilshim. Please look into it. He's still cold. I hope they don't come to Zhang Huso since I'm not going to open it for a while. Cheerleader Kong's letter is just full of some weird sentence, so I can read that later. I flipped the letter and picked the letter with no name on it. Oh, so I don't even get to read the... Okay, so does my choice matter at all for that? Okay. Didn't I fucking tell you it was gonna be Ilshim? Hey, scholar, perhaps this picture of the ume flower will help your memory. I've been standing in front of your Zhang Huso for 3 days in a row. Why aren't you coming to work? All right, Romeo, knock it off. Why aren't you at the tavern? You must have felt guilty for what you did. I already know that you did something that made me mad, so you better just confess to me and beg for mercy now. Oh, and if you take this letter to the police, then that would be the last of your life. Okay. His letter was so obviously by Ilshim, didn't even have any context at all. What the fuck is he talking about? When did I do something that might make him mad? What is this? What did I do to make me feel guilty? Just hiding because I don't want to be caught. Is he not satisfied unless he makes everything about him? I don't remember well, but I think I read about this kind of symptom in the Western medical book. When I turned over the letter disapprovingly, something fell off from between the paper. On first, 8 p.m., Zhang Huso by yourself. Oh, we're making threats now. Oh. How about we don't? On the 1st at 8 p.m.? That's tonight. Then Juhi opened the door, wiping her face with a towel after washing her face. Go away! Go! Duh, not a good time! Get out of here! Oh my god, okay. Ugh. Somebody's popular. You're using the non-honorific a lot lately. Whatever. Now I can see that you're being too easy for a guy. That's why all these horny girls are... Hey! You were the one that topped me, remember? Okay? And you're the one that pussy blocked me. So, shut your mouth. Like Songbong leader. I haven't even gotten a chance to read her letter yet. Are they even gonna let me? Who's horny? It's not even dozens of letters and only one of them is from Leader Kong. Shut up, Chewie. Leave me alone. See? I knew you'd at least get one love letter from the leader. Yeah, cause I'm interested. Juhi answered indifferently and went back into the room. God damn it, Juhi. Why are you the way that you are? I folded the letters, put them in a drawer, and put the gap back on. Wait, I wanted to read Leader Kong's letter. What did it say? I felt uncomfortable and started to debate what to do now. 8 p.m. is soon. Woo-sung is running an errand now, and Juhi's going to stay in this room. Go out to meet Ilshim, not going. Do I want to entertain this idiot? But I don't know if that's gonna start Ilshim's route. I'm gonna save anyway, just in case. Because if I don't like the outcome that I pick, then I'm gonna change it. No, I don't want to go. Let's just stay. There's no reason I should go just for the suspicious... We're not going. Especially while I'm in hiding. And I also don't know if that furthers Ilshim's route, and I don't want to romance Ilshim. I'm not even on good terms with him. Things will get more complicated if I keep seeing someone who has ill feeling towards me. I don't know what's gonna happen if I leave Juhi alone in the room. I hung the blanket on the door again properly. The lamp in the room swayed from the wind, and I know the more entertaining option probably would have been to like go see him, but also like I don't know if that's gonna like push me towards that route, and I don't want to go that way. While I was adjusting the door, Juhi sat down with a blanket on her. Then she started to take off her socks. She folded her socks twice, hid it under the pillow, and looked at Hisu. Okay. You shouldn't stare at a woman like that. Ute. What is this, Victorian England? Your feet are fine. When did I stare at you? There's nothing wrong for a woman to stare at another woman, but I decided to look away. She doesn't know you're a woman, Hisu. When I turned around, I could hear her untying her hair ribbon. It's not something weird or embarrassing at all, but since she told me not to look at her, I felt like I was doing something wrong. Then what about making a guy embarrassed like that? I can't stay in the same room with you. You've been fine so far. What are you talking about? Just go wash your face since the sun went down now. I understand that you don't go out, but you should at least wash your face. Who said I don't wash my face? Just give me your towel so I can give it to Makwa. I went out with Juhi's towel. Alright, cool. It's morning? What? Then Makwa waved at me from the corner of the yard with a big bright smile. Sir, I've been waiting for you with warm water for you. Oh, thanks, Makwa. I actually mixed half warm water and half cold water for your brother or the lady. We're gonna get in big trouble if Jumo finds out, but thank you. Well, I can just do whatever I want. I love her. My mom always nags me every time I talk to you, saying it's not going to be good for my future. And she nags me for a lot of other things as well. Aww. Oh. When I put my hands in a dented wash bowl, I could feel the water so hot that I could even make tea out of it. Ooh, that must be scalding. When I got startled and put my hands out, Makwa giggled. It's not hot enough to burn my hands, but I squatted down a little bit, waiting for the water to cool down. When I was waiting with my hands in a wash bowl, Makwa started chatting. Of course she did. The government servant boys from Upocheong were just here drinking, but then they freaked out and went back to Pocheong. Why? Well, someone stolen wanted posters in Upocheong. They found out a bunch of wanted posters were gone, so all the policemen there got reprimanded really bad. That reminded me of what happened a few days ago. These are all wanted posters. All kinds of wanted posters or wanted lists are coming to this police department every year. Some are even over 10 years. 4 to 5-year-old posters are almost like new ones compared to those. Wong Sum's voice, which I didn't do because you didn't warn me. When I took my wanted poster, I took a bunch of other wanted posters with me too. I told him I'll get a couple more wanted posters, and he said I can do that even though he was distracted at the time. I was distracted too then, so I just grabbed a whole bunch of wanted posters without thinking. So, did that become a problem? It's a bit exaggerated to call it stolen. I asked Makwa with a nervous voice, "Oh, was there anyone looking for me?" Huh? No. Except for that weird mysterious guy. Oh, God, no, leave me alone, you're so annoying. That weird guy is Iljim. He's not close to Pocheong anyway. No one has been looking for me so far. But it's safe to say that the police are not going to come and ask me about it, hopefully. With my experience in John Huso, I've got kind of a hunch about what Pocheong is going to do. It's not something serious, so I should just burn all the wanted posters I have, just in case. Then it would be wiser to just wait and see how it goes instead of making the first move. If things are going really bad, then Wang Sam and Seyong would come and find me. When I was thinking that, something snapped inside my head. Wait, what? Is she here? That uptight Seon. Oh, what? You might not tell me anything at all, even though the situation's going really bad. What if she comes to a bad conclusion before even telling me first, when I could just solve so easily? Should I go look for her before they come see me then? I don't think the situation is going really bad now, but... Ooh, there's so many choices in this episode, what the hell? Talk to Juhi or go straight to Upocheong. I think talking to Juhi's gonna advance Juhi's route, and I think I'm just gonna... but I like them both a lot. But Juhi's also annoying as shit sometimes. You know what? Okay, here's what I'm gonna do, because I'm equally fond of both of them, and I'm only really physically attracted to Leader Kong. I'm sorry, I haven't seen enough of her personality other than she could probably throw me around and I wouldn't complain. And that's still more of a physical attraction. So what I will do is, let's say we're gonna pursue Damo for now, and then I'll make videos on Juhi's route if there's still a demand for that later. Okay? Cool. So let's go straight to Upocheong, even though it's risking a lot because I want to see Damo. But also, if that totally blows my cover and screws me over and gives me another bad ending, we're saving anyway. Let's go! I should just go to Upocheong and find out what's going on. I have no ulterior motive whatsoever. I wash my face quickly and wipe my face with a towel. Makwa, tell Juhi I'm going out for a while. You might get worried or get mad if you tell her right away, so just wait a little while and then tell her when I'm far enough so that she can't fucking follow me. What? Where are you going? You haven't been out for days. I'm just going to check if things are fine at Pocheong. I'll be back soon. I felt a little uncomfortable going to Pocheong on my own when I was supposed to stay away from it. But once I made up my mind, I felt much better. I went out of the tavern covering my face with a fan. That iMovie translation is gonna make me laugh every time. Since it's getting warmer, people now walk around outside a lot rather than stay at home. I I went to Pocheong Street after passing the loud tavern area and crossing the Hejiang Bridge. Okay. It got so quiet all of a sudden like magic. People usually don't even want to go near the gate of Pocheong. So the street was so quiet. After walking for a while, I could see Pocheong building. It was too much to go right in front of Pocheong, so I decided to watch from across the street, hiding. Okay. How should I call Wong Sum and Seon out? I was peeking at Pocheong behind the pillar, but I couldn't see the inside well. Calling me out. Then I heard a voice from behind. I got startled and looked back. Seong was looking down at me with a cold face. He's taller than me? Well, everyone's taller than me. I'm very short in real life, but Josh, why are you peeking at Pocheong hiding in a place like this? Oh, well, it's... What is it? If it was really because of me, then Seong wouldn't have been this calm. Hey, Seon, you don't know the wanted posters were stolen yet. What? Seong looked at me suspiciously and then shook her head with a curious face. How can I not know? How did you even know what happened to Pocheong? That all the wanted posters from Pocheong were gone? I feel like it doesn't add up. She seemed too calm when the one who caused the problem was right in front of her. Her response was a little weird. We took some of the wanted posters, but what? All the Pocheong? What do you mean, all the wanted posters? Like, all the wanted posters from all Pocheong? When I got surprised and asked again, Seon frowned a little and gave a sigh. You should come out anyway. It's not good for your dignity if you hide there like a thief. Whatever you say. Someone has stolen every single wanted poster from all of Pocheong. Literally every single one of them. That's why we're having an emergency. Seon looked back at the gate of Pocheong with cold eyes. All the officers, including Superintendent Zhang and the inspector, are all in the emergency meeting now. They have to discuss with the local government of Hongsong and make a report to submit to the king before tomorrow. What kind of person does this kind of thing? Normally I'd feel guilty, but for once it's not all me. Maybe it's Iljim, but why? Okay. Like she just said, all the policemen were inside the building except for the one guard at the door. That's why the inside was too dark to see anything. So it was not just about a bunch of wanted posters. Someone has stolen every single wanted poster from all Pocheong. It's at least hundreds and thousands of wanted posters, and the thief has stolen all of them. An unprecedented scale of Pocheong theft. The music stopped. Oh, the only lunatic who would do such a thing. No, 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 why did I go out? Why did I go out? Please, please be somewhere far away. Hey, scholar, perhaps this picture of Ume Flower will help your memory. Oh, fuck off! Oh my god. Oh my god. Fuck off. Unfortunately, I can only think of one face at the moment because I'm not reading that stupid letter again. Why is he making such a big scale of a mess when he's not even a real, but just an impersonator? Surprised he hasn't even been caught yet. I mean, it's good for me that they lost all their wanted posters. Stop cutting the music in and out. Why? Suddenly, my head started to hurt. Thanks to this police department theft, no one would know that I took some of the wanted posters and all my wanted posters are gone now. I don't know if I should thank him or not. Maybe he wants me to himself? Well, she, because I know she's a she, but... Stop! That's why it was so quiet here and no one was even patrolling. After I said that, I tilted my head out of curiosity, looking at Seon in front of me. Why is she out here alone? Came from behind me. By the way, what were you doing outside? You said they are having an emergency now. By the way, what were you doing outside? You said they're having an emergency now. I'm Tomo. What we Tomo do doesn't really have to do with their business. Then what are the other Damo doing now? They might be cooking in the kitchen by now as usual. Seon bit her lips a little and looked down. The conversation has stopped, and I realized something. I couldn't imagine this Seon chatting, cooking rice and cleaning the salt lid among other kitchen maids and talking about boys and laughing. But that's what Damo does. They don't really need my help now, so I went outside to... Did you ask me here? Just because? Hang on. Seon looked at my eyes for a bit and then gave a sigh again embarrassingly. Damo is basically government maidservants per Pocheong. To put it nicely, they're in charge of domestic affairs inside the department, but they're technically just kitchen maids. Sometimes they can be helpful for the case. Basically, they do what servants do and they are treated like servants. But Superintendent Zhang made an exception for Seon so she can go around like a policeman. Because Seon is very diligent, she's better at the police work than any other guy. So Seon outside Pocheong always looked dazzling. You went outside to do what? But if you think about it, it's not hard to see that other Dama wouldn't like Seon that much. A coworker who is so uptight and so cold but gets special treatment. I mean, she's good at her job, but yeah, I kinda get that. A new maid who barely does chores at least once or twice a month, when all other maids are doing every day. Well, she's also putting her life on the line doing police work, so... Other Dama would find her annoying, and Seon comes back to the kitchen in a long time. I went outside to investigate the... something by myself for now. Which means she doesn't want to go back to Pocheong. What about Park Wong-sam? He went to help Superintendent Zhang in the meeting. Then you would have to walk around this dark street alone? Until the curfew. It's better than going back to Pocheong when Superintendent Zhang or Inspector Park is not around. Seon bowed and turned back to where she showed up. Seon took a couple steps and then carefully turned back again. Her eyes were desperate. She smacked her lips several times like she has something to say. She closed her eyes. So, where are you going now? Well, Juhi must have been waiting for me alone at home now. I left Juhi alone at home at night, so I wanted to go home as soon as possible. I don't have any plan. Might as well just go home since it's late. While I was answering off the top of my head, Seong was staring into the air. And then she spoke quietly. Will you stay with me if it's okay? I thought I didn't hear it right, so I looked up, but Seon didn't change her words. Stay with her. That was the last word she said, and she looked down right away. I debated for a while. I want to go home early when I think about the empty tavern. What if Juhi did something weird? Okay, it's Juhi. She's always going to do something fucking weird. What if she locked the door in a weird way and thought she locked the door well? What if she suddenly got sick the one time I wasn't there? Yeah, but she also has Makwa and Jumo to look after her. And I think my brother's there too, so... All kinds of anxious thought went across my mind. But Seon just plucked up her courage. It was the first time she ever asked me anything. Couldn't see her face that well since she was standing against the light from Pocheong. I felt a little tingling in my heart. Seon asked me a favor when we're not even that close. Maybe she's been having a really rough day. Sure. You said you want to investigate, right? Let's go. Aww. Date? Date? Please, 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 a slow burn has been killing me. I started heading towards the opposite of Pocheong. Seon followed me without saying anything for a while, and then she stopped with doubt. Where are we going to investigate? I don't know. The police department building must have been blocked, and if Seon doesn't know anything about the suspect, then we can't even investigate or collect evidence. I looked around the dark street and sat down on the stairs. Seon didn't sit with me and just stand there like a stone. There's room. Come sit down. Do you have any idea about the suspect? I have some suspicion, but it's quite presumptuous. Presumptuous? I think the suspect is someone who impersonates Iljim. No, you're right. You're right. Seong looked away with a gloomy face. I think she's feeling embarrassed now that she said that out loud. I mean, it's going to be historic if Adamo catches Iljim alone. Catching Iljim with me? That also is historic. Seon just looked down at the ground like she doesn't know what to do and shook her head quietly. I actually don't have anything to investigate. You knew it already. Why did you follow me? Because I like you? She asked me to stay with her. What is this caprice? I was walking ahead and you were following me. Well then, I should get back to Pocheong. No, don't! You should get back to your home too. Sorry for the trouble. No! Damo! Wait, no, I shouldn't be calling her that. That's a servant's title. Seon. Seon bowed with a calm attitude and turned away. I was looking at Seon's back and then shouted, suddenly got motivated. Why do you think there's nothing to investigate? If the suspect is Iljim, then we should chase him. How do you work as Damo when you give up this easily? What? I think I even know where Iljim is now.
That's right.
We have a weird-ass meeting at 8 p.m. Only this time I won't be alone, and maybe Iljim will fucking fuck off already. I just blurted that out, but my legs were shaking like crazy while I was heading to Jonghuso with Seon. After Seon saw the letter Iljim sent me, she went to Pocheon with a sassy posture. Then she came back with some mesh bags and a wooden poker and gave them to me. Okay. Wait, are we trapping him? Okay, cool, great, best detective buddies. And she got herself a... Oh, okay, I get a poker, you get a sword. Oh my god, wait. Sword lesbian, yes! Oh my goodness, yes! Seon's a sword lesbian confirmed. Oh, that makes me so happy. Okay, cool. She was getting nervous holding the sword, then worried about me later. Are you going to be okay with that wooden poker? I mean, I would have rather had a sword, but... I also kind of want to see you fight with that sword, so... I wanted to get you something better, but I couldn't take the police weapon outside like that. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm a man. I'm a man, you know. I can even knock down a general with this wooden poker. Well, it's also a poker, and those things hurt, so... Saying all this nonsense, I quietly walked ahead along the wall near Jonghuso. As I treated her like a woman, Seon never went ahead of me, even though she is Damo. But I was the one who's actually scared to death and about to faint now. I waved at Seon to wait here, then plucked all my courage and went inside Jonghuso. Alright, come out! I shouted in a voice that's so small that no one could hear even if they were right in front of me. Well, I certainly didn't do that. No one answered. Come out, you thief! I heard something falling off, and then Iljim reached his hand to my face like the other time. Thanks. When I looked up and swung my wooden poker, clang. I didn't know a wooden poker could make that kind of sound. When I opened my eyes, my wooden poker was beating the stone wall. Seong was right in front of me. Oh my goodness. My little knight in shining armor. Then what was the clang? That, my dear, was her sword. My sword lesbian defending me. I was dumbfounded and finally realized that both Iljim and Seong were holding swords. Oh my gosh. When Seong wielded her sword again, Iljim hit it back with clangs and dodged. Get him, Seon! Get him, Seon! He jumped straight up the wall and then ran away to the roof. He was swift like a cat, probably running away like a pussy. Iljim looked behind us for a while from the spot we can't follow. When he made sure there was no one else, he came down again and kept a distance with us. Oh, see you again. Hey, Scholar, what's with this personal bodyguard? Iljim looked at Seon for a while and then gave a sigh. Ugh, I told you to come alone and you brought the police again. Gosh, you really are such a coward. Iljim put his sword back on his sheath while talking. I didn't come with the police. Came with my girlfriend. She just doesn't know that we're girlfriends yet. I'm not hurting women. I'm not just a woman. I'm Damo. I never said you're not. I don't want to fight a woman anyway. It's gonna hurt my reputation if I hurt a government maidservant. Iljim looked at my appearance and shook his head like, today is not the day. No, it's not. Fuck you. And he was about to leave. I think he doesn't feel comfortable with Damo around. Good. Good. Then Seong looked at me with a serious face. Sir, that arrogant guy said he doesn't fight a woman, so you should do it. He said you can knock down a general even with a wooden poker. About that, what? Use my sword. Seon! Seon nodded with a serious face, took the sword out, gave it to me with a determined attitude as if she's giving a heart. She might as well be. Honey. Oh, I see. So a guy is coming at me now. Iljim started swinging the sword, and Seon stepped back behind me naturally. I'll be hiding here since I'm a woman. I know she probably meant it like, okay, I'll like follow my place, your place or whatever, but like, I feel like it's like done with a little sass, 'cause it's like, oh, I'm just an innocent woman. Let me just hide back here, but I'll take care of it when you inevitably fail. All right, let's do this. You said you're not just a woman, but Damo! But Seon waved her hand at me to go fight him with a determined face and didn't move at all. This is not what I had in mind. It's more like, I mean, I don't know what it is, but this definitely wasn't it. The only knife I ever grabbed was a kitchen knife and a fruit knife from when I was young. I've only ever cut tofu and peeled apples. That's all. But I was the one who suggested Seon catch Iljim, so it would have been really embarrassing if I step away now. somehow drew the sword for my pride. Iljim was nodding with a smile on his face, as if he was watching some fun show with his arms crossed. Those arms are on your hips. All right, let's see how you do. You better be careful. Careful. Sure, I'll be careful. I didn't mean to ask Seon for help, but I kept looking back unconsciously. Then I realized Seon wasn't there. Wenbu passed me at the same... Wait, what? Seon stepped on the wall, went up to the roof just like Iljim did earlier. Now she was jumping off to... Baby! You used me as a distraction! Oh my god, I love you! Oh my goodness! My little fighter. Oh my goodness. And she can climb roofs? She's so cool. I love her so much. Oh my goodness. Wait, what? Do we only get the aftermath? Who cares? My baby just jumped up the roof like a fucking ninja. Yo! Ugh. Okay. While sitting in Jonghuso, neither Seon nor I did anything, or said anything. Seon gave a little sigh and lit the lamp again. Wait, what happened? It was like some weird picture when covered the fire with her hands and raised her head. I was sitting there blankly and then realized that I still had her sword and gave it back to her. Seon took the sword back with an elegant gesture and then gave a sigh again. It's okay. You missed him, but you chopped his arm. That was amazing. Oh, well, I kind of figured that we wouldn't catch him that easy, but you nicked him. It was just a little cut, not chopped. Seon corrected me right away. I was just trying to comfort her, but now I didn't know what to say anymore. She said she gave me her sword and hid behind me to get away from Iljim's eyesight. She said she wanted to go around and ambush him while using me as bait. Yeah, I got that, and that was so hot and so cool. It was so obvious now that I think about it, but I didn't realize it at all since I was too befuddled. I really thought she wanted me to fight Iljim one-on-one and have it out. But Seon found it completely ridiculous. I've never ever thought that you could have a sword fight with Iljim. Oh, hey! You're right, but isn't that too assertive? How can I not know? I've seen you for quite a long time. Oh, you've been looking at me, have you? Well, I've been looking at you too, so I guess it's only fair. Then there was silence in Jonghuso. Iljim kicked the rain barrel on the roof when he ran away, so Taeyeon and I got soaked wet. Covered our body with some clothes that were for disguise and some old smelly blankets covered in dust and just sat there blankly. I looked at Seon for a while and pulled the brazier and dug through ashes. Then I looked around to find some flint to make a fire. Jonghuso was so cold and Seon couldn't go back to Pocheon since it's past curfew. I was making a fire when Seon suddenly called me. Sir. Yes? How do you get letters from Iljim, by the way? Do you know him? No, I don't know him. I've only met him once. Well, you know, I found out where he lives from the map last time, so he got mad and came to me. Came to you? He just came to me. He said he got angry that he didn't move now because of me. He was hiding and waiting for me with a sword. Said I'll be in big trouble if I tell something to Pocheon one more time. Then after that, he just sends me letters like a child having a crush on someone. I answered lightly like a joke, but Seong wasn't laughing at all. She asked again with a very serious attitude. So you got blackmailed because you helped me the other day? No! No, that's not it at all. Iljim just is annoying as shit. It's not your fault. Oh. Yeah, I did it because Seong was getting blamed for making a useless map and I wanted to help her, but again, not your fault. Seong can't take a joke at all. I was worried she might take my words seriously, so I just shook my head right away. No! I used to investigate him alone, quite a lot. I'm getting on his nerves for quite some time, believe me. That's why he came to me. It's not just because of the map. But you just said it was because of the map. I got confused. I tried to be evasive, but Seon kept asking me again for a couple more times. Is it because of the map? Is it because of the map, isn't it? She could have just let it go. When I lowered my head to avoid her, I could see Seon's shoe hanging at the tip of my fan. Is that my compass? Gosh, you're so uptight. It's not good for you. I know. I got speechless when she answered like that right away. Seong was quietly looking at my eyes. It might cause harm to you. I'm causing you harm now. I don't know what's wrong with my attitude. Seon, no. I'm just saying, don't let your attitude cause unnecessary harm to you. Just like now. You are too blunt. You're too unkind to me. Even though I said it, I got surprised and closed my mouth, and Seong was the same with me. She opened her eyes wide like she just heard something terrible, wrong like she was thinking something. Then she shook her head. So far, I had no reason to be nice to you. Why? Do you remember when we first met? How could I forget? You had me the moment I first saw you. It was my first murder scene, so I was tense, and you came to examine the body for money. Yeah, your eyes were so cold that I felt intimidated, but also intrigued. I thought you were the worst person in the world, so I couldn't be nice to you. Wait, hey, why? I didn't understand that you were getting money for helping people. You even took money for the murder case when somebody just died. I thought that was really presumptuous. Oh, you just misunderstood my work. Okay, that's fair. I knew that her eyes weren't that friendly when she looked at me. I got nervous sometimes, but I tried not to show it and just nodded. And you didn't have any boundary. You suggested too many absurd ways to solve the case, and you didn't solve the case to protect the law. You violated the law to solve the case. Yes, I did. And I got mad at Inspector Park, who trusts you and tells you all the secrets. You who encouraged him to do that. So your first impression was so terrible that I can't even speak up. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, continue. Let me hear how harsh she'll say about me. I said something to her first, but I can't believe she said all these terrible things about me right on my face. Well, I kind of appreciate that about her. I had to chill. Also, I only said that she's blunt and unkind. I just said those 2 words, and now she's saying over 10, 20 bad words about me. Why is she doing this to me? Felt a little unfair, but I said something first, so it's my fault. And she's just telling me about a first impression. That doesn't mean she believes all that shit now. When I pushed the chair a little to stop her from saying more bad things about me, she continued. But now I feel like you are so reliable when you're on my side. Seon. The heart of a person is very crafty. Huh? I've never really liked people who go to you for help with money, instead of coming to Pochong. But I understand how it feels to desperately want to get any help. I still don't think it's right, so of course Seon couldn't continue for a while. I can't believe I got corrupted like this. What are you talking about? Seon lamented and lowered her head. Corrupted? For a second I thought I heard it wrong and I kept trying to repeat what she said in my head. Then I blurted, so is it good or bad? I'm not saying it's bad, but then it's good? And in this situation, what you should have done is flattering me like, oh my gosh, sir, thank you so much. I mean, of course, I'm still a cold-hearted person, so it doesn't really affect me. Oh, we're teasing. I know we're just teasing. But try this to other people next time. Then everything will be much easier in your life. I don't necessarily agree with that. I think it's good to be wary of people and like being blunt with like how first impressions are. Like, that's just your first impression. That's not how she sees us now. Clearly not. And the first impression is just the first impression. As soon as I finished my sentence, Seong laughed naturally, unlike the usual, and swept her hair up. I still have a bad impression of you today. Oh, do you now? How bad am I being? I can hear wooden clappers from outside. Oh shit! Patrol! Okay, this is in English. Soldiers went on patrol after the curfew started at 10 p.m. If someone walks around after that time, they can't punch them. Well, we're fine because we're safe inside, right? I guess the patrol started pounding the streets. I looked at Seong wondering if there's any way that we can go home, but Seong was just sitting straight. Didn't seem to think of going back to Pochong tonight. Of course, this uptight Seong would never walk back to Pochong after curfew. But if it means more time with her, I don't mind. Finally found some flint and made a fire on the brazier. I pushed the brazier under the table and pulled out one more blanket near the folding screen and gave it to Seon. This place is cold after the sunset. It has a lot of shades here. Thank you. I'll be up all night, so you can take some sleep and go back to Pochong in the morning. You'll have a lot of work to do when you go back, so you might want to take some rest. As soon as I said that, I started yawning. The brazier was not warm enough. I pushed my gown off my head and hunched my shoulders. I could see Seon pull the blanket around her with a calm gesture. Her straightened up waist sheath over the table, long and pale neck and her head lowered a little. Her lips closed tightly and her eyes looking downwards. I stared at her blankly and supported my chin with my hands. There won't be anything left that she's mad at me about, but her eyes still seem so cold. I guess she's just born this way, or just guarding her heart. I tried to imitate her by straining my eyes and then closed my eyes. Oh, did I doze off? Oh, good morning. When I woke up, Seong wasn't there. The blanket I gave her was on my shoulders and the brazier was right under my legs, which made me still so sleepy. Fire should have gone out at around dawn, but I guess she made a fire again before she left. Brazier was still warm. Then the door of Zhang Huso opened wide. Oh, I thought it was going to be Seon at the door. God damn it. You weren't home all night. You were just warming yourself by the fire here like this? Brother, you were so worried since you didn't come home after curfew. No, Seon was... But then there was no trace of Seon left in that place. They're going to judge me if I tell them I was alone with Damo all night. I didn't say anything. Woo-sung pulled my sleeves and told me to go back. No, we're opening again. We don't have to be at home anymore. Oh, that's right, because all the wanted posters are gone, right? Including mine? I opened the door and put the stone on the door to fix to the door, and then put out the standing sign were for Zhang Huso. At the same time, I could hear people rumbling from the distance. They were talking about that Iljim robbed another wealthy family last night. Oh, was he pissy because my lovely sword lesbian nicked him a little? Oh my goodness, what a shame. Alright. Whether it's rainy or sunny. What? What? Wait. That was the name of the episode. So, Seon's path has been unlocked! Hell yeah! Ha-ha! Yes! This is what I wanted. Okay, we are officially pursuing the Damo. I'm sorry for those of you that wanted me to like maybe go after Leader Kong or Juhi, but I like them both a lot. So I think after I finish my route with Seon, I think I'll go back and make videos on the other two as well. Maybe I'll even do one on Iljim after all of this. Who knows at this point, but I'm gonna call it here because I'm not ready. My heart isn't ready for my sword lesbian. Oh, my sweet lady. Oh my goodness. But thank you so much for watching this. Like, comment, subscribe. It really does help me out. Until next time, bye! Finally, slow burn is over!